action. Sweet. Hey guys, okay, what we have here is I'm going to go over the shoulder extension stretch and what I'd like to see from that. If you catch last week's video about me going over the hamstring stretch, it's kind of the same idea that we're working with. However, I want you to note the reason I'm going over this is because we're doing a lot of bench press and all sorts of pushing stuff in which the shoulder moves into extension. So this is going to be useful for you. You can use it as a bit of a cool down or of course to increase that range, as some people have a tendency when they get down to the bottom of that bench, that front of the shoulder starts to creep up. Okay, and we want to make sure that we have the ability to keep that shoulder packed in place. So let's go over what I want to see. You're going to take a seat on the ground. And from here, it's important to note that when we go into extension, I want the shoulder blades squeezed together as tight as they can. So how I set people up is you're going to shoot the arms straight forward, you're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then reach the arms as far back behind you as you can. From there, you can slowly just lay one hand on the ground, lay the other one down on the ground behind you. Now, it helps sometimes to use some of these lines on the floor if you're not that even. Now, I've done this a fair amount, so I kind of know where I need to be, but you can always use these lines to kind of measure up your fingertips. Once you get them there, I like people to kind of inch in on either side just a tiny bit. You can kind of pull those fingers a little closer together. Keeping the shoulder blades squeezed together, you're going to slowly inch the butt forward. And this stretch is going to slowly start to increase through hopefully the shoulder. Now, a good marker for a lot of you is going to be once the elbow starts to feel more discomfort than the shoulder, you know you've gone too far. So some people will continue to go and then they'll just start screaming in pain. This is way too much. We want to layer it in piece by piece. So you would just back off so that you could organize the shoulder and cool the elbow off so that all of that feedback goes right into the shoulder. Now, same idea when we talked about last week about keeping that leg really straight when you do this hamstring stretch and you start getting into the back of the knee, we can push some of that into the belly of the hamstring, or in this case, the belly of the shoulder or the belly of the bicep, by getting yourself into that stretch position and then just slightly bending the elbow. And that can still shove that feedback into the shoulder. Remember, what we're looking to do here is spend some more time getting comfortable in a position that you likely don't have a lot of access. The first piece is creating some comfort and some tolerance, and then our bodies can progressively own and capture that range of motion over time. So give that a go. By all means, come and holler at me if you see me around the gym, and take that with you. You got a hamstring piece, you got a shoulder extension piece, and of course come on down to mobility and we'll wrap the whole thing together.